Another fight week, another one over here in the Apex. How are you feeling ahead of this one in particular?
I feel great. I've had a decent layoff, about a year and a half. I feel like everything's coming together. I'm confident. I prepped properly for this fight, and yeah, injury free and ready to go.
When you have a layoff like that, do you get does it make it any more apprehensive to like, okay, the fight's coming up, or does it make it more motivated? Like, oh, finally I get to get back in there and do what I want?
I think a little bit of both. It just really depends on the aspect of training camp. I feel like weight wise, it's always going to be like, hey, I haven't fought in a year and a half. How's this weight cut going to go? But as far as the excitement to get back in there, that's more than it's ever been.
Is this like an unusual layoff for you?
It's the longest I've ever had. So yeah.
Was it frustrating?
Of course, yeah, especially missing the MSG card with a matchup that I really enjoyed. It was like a pure striker versus me. So I really enjoyed that matchup, but especially on a big card. But it is what it is. I like this matchup just as much, and he's established himself in the UFC, and I can't wait to show where I'm at.
When you look at this matchup, what exactly do you think he's going to be bringing into the cage?
I think it's very obvious what he's good at. Very obvious what he's not the best at. He's a grappler. That's how he's won all his fights so far in the UFC, pre-UFC. So I really believe he's just going to look to go in there, grind it out, because why fix something that's broken? And I'm going to be able to stop that and just expose him where he's hasn't shown too many skills.
When you have a guy whose skill set is so clear, like you said, does it make your life kind of easier because you know exactly what you're getting into, or does it make it harder because you know that like, oh, it's just going to be this one thing, and I'm going to have to train for this one thing, and it's drilling?
I mean, I felt that when I was training for Melsick there, because it was two training camps back to back, and he's extremely like a purist. Like even when it comes to striking, if you want to break down striking, he's got a few things that he does really good, but it works for him. So that was getting a little bit exhausting and kind of tiring to train for, especially being a southpaw. But with Pat, I don't really feel like I have to focus particularly anywhere. I feel like I'm better than him even in where he's good. So yeah, I've spent a lot of time over the last year and a half kind of focusing on what I'm good at, not so much what they're good at, and being able to implement my game.
Is there a silver lining to being off for so long? Because, if you have a fight camp, you're not really like training new skills, right? You're just getting prepared for a fight. So if you have multiple camps in a row, you don't really get time to just sort of take a minute and learn some new stuff and work on your skills. So is there a silver lining in that?
I mean, I have had fight camps. That's the thing, though, is I have trained for certain fighters. I've been injured. So, but as far as skills, I've been growing my skills. I'm better than I was last year. And last year I was better than I was the year before that. And a year from now, I'm going to be better than I am now, So I'm always improving, and it's never a doubt in my mind that I'm always going to bring a better version of myself.
Prediction for Saturday night?
I'm going to 100% win and definitely be able to probably finish Sabatini later in the fight.
Nice.
I apologize, I don't know this. When did the fight switch from Melsick to Sabatini for this fight?
So it's it was maybe 4 weeks ago, 4 weeks ago. About.
So you still had enough time to sort of switch the game plan around. It didn't affect it too much.
And coincidentally enough, I was training with Gavin Tucker for my fight, because we both matched up well with each other as far as he was a good look for Melsick, I was a good look for Pat, and so we got some work in together. And I already knew, so I know Pat like the back of my hand when I'm getting this fight offer, and it's a no-brainer for me.
And when you have a guy that you've had two fight camps for, when you want to run that back, was there anything particular about that fight that you want to run back? I mean, was there any particular beef between the two, or is it just the fact that you've been so focused on Melsick? Would you want to get that back still at some point?
I mean, I trained for the same guy for over 6 months at that point. So, I mean, not that I'm not interested in the match, but getting a new name was relieving in the sense it's like, oh, okay, this is something new and exciting to train for. But as far as wanting the fight, there was no beef or nothing. I just felt it was a good matchup for me.
And what was it? I was trying to read online. It said bacterial infections. What pulled you out of the New York card?
Yeah, I had a MRSA infection that I had to get cut out of my leg.
How hard was that to kind of recover from that and get back in?
It was honestly a lot longer than I expected. I thought, okay, they're going to patch me up. I'm going to be good to go in a week or two, maybe 3. But it ended up like the wound didn't even close for like 6 weeks. So it was quite a while.
Yeah. Well, I'm sure you're super happy to be beyond that, and be able to back it 100%. Coming into this fight week, knowing that it wasn't initially the person you want, but one that you feel that almost is an easier matchup for you. Are you hoping to come in here and get, a definitive finish, or you just want to get in there and just get that win back on since it's been so long since you've got a W, recorded?
Yeah, so I don't necessarily think this is an easier matchup by any means. Pat's obviously 3-0 in the UFC against some good caliber, better caliber than Melsick, but it's just a different matchup, and it was just exciting just getting the switch up and being able to train for something new. But I feel like I match up really well with Sabatini in areas where I'm going to be able to shut his takedown game down, and I'm going to be able to really expose him where he's weak, With Melsick, I felt like it was more just I was going to be able to take him down, grind him out, and I kind of enjoy beating people up more, so.
And I know it's not a big arena, but is it still special to get a fight here in Vegas, here at the Apex?
I mean, it's not as special as MSG, but either way, a fight's a fight and a win's a win. So just look forward to competing.
Awesome. And I'm looking forward towards the rest of 2022. What sort of goals are you setting for yourself?
I don't want to think past April 16th, this Saturday, but we'll see how it goes, see how I feel after the win, and we'll go from there. But I don't want to make any timeline predictions for anything like that.
Awesome. Best of luck.
Yep, thank you.